Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa Lamont, and I'm founder of Ladies Get Your Prance On Group Prancing Kittens. And I am so excited because this is a special show that I'm having today. And my guest, Nikki Rausch, she is the goddess of all things sales. She makes buying fun. She has two books. I've got to get this close up. Buying Signals. And one of the things I love about Nikki is that she does public speaking. And part of her talk is to talk about buying signals. So welcome, Nikki.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I have my little buying signals on. And so first of all, I want people to know the reason that I asked you to be on the show today is because you have this incredible workshop that is coming up. And I thought, I've signed up for it and I want everyone else to know about this workshop. So please share, first of all, how you got to be the buying signal so people understand, because I just love them. And then please talk about your workshop.
Okay. Well, how these came about is early on when I started Sales Maven, and one of the catalysts for me starting Sales Maven is I would show up at these networking events. I would go into these rooms and I hear buying signals all the time. And I know you know this, Lisa, but I always hear an auditory noise and it's ding, ding, ding. And it's somebody giving a cue, either it could be verbal or it could be a nonverbal cue that is essentially saying to the other person, hey, I'm interested. I'd like to know more, or possibly I'd like to buy from you. And what was happening constantly is people were like missing these buying signals, and I was hearing ding, ding, ding constantly. So I started teaching buying signals, and one of my VIP clients said to me one day, like, I get the concept, like I get that I need to be paying attention, but I get into these rooms or I get into these conversations with people and I forget, like I need an antenna or something. And so as soon as I got off the call with her, I started researching antennas. And now I give out buying signal antennas to remind people, be turned on and be tuned in, because these buying signals are coming at you like crazy. And if you're missing them, you are missing the opportunity to work with some of your ideal clients, those people who will propel your business forward and also will feed your soul, because they're the people that most want and need what you offer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they will get, and so a lot of the things that you talk about in your classes, for people who kind of want to get an idea, like I want to show this book again, and I'm going to attach the link to Amazon to buy your book, is that you talk about a lot of these topics in your book that you do in when you talk in public. But you have this workshop, and I signed up for one of your workshops in the past, and I thought, you know what, I need to get a kickstart and a boost, with the new year starting off. I'm off to a great start, but I want to continue doing that. And so can you share with the people watching what this upcoming webinar workshop that you're going to have?
Yes, for sure. So what's coming up is what's known as Savvy Selling 2. You don't have to have been through Savvy Selling to go to Savvy Selling 2. It's taught over Zoom just like this. So you get to see me and I get to see you if you have your camera on. And better yet, you get to see all the other participants in the room. So it's a great way to build community. And the focus really is about taking these conversations that you're having to the next level. Because, we can have a lot of casual conversations with people, or we can be more strategic in our conversations and move people along the buying process so that you actually at some point exchange money for services or goods. So this whole class is targeted around that. So it's taught over Zoom. It starts on March 13th. It's 1 hour a week for 5 weeks. So it's every Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. That's Pacific time. And it goes through April 10th, and there's 5 different modules, which are training. Yes. There are 5 different training modules, so it's 1 module a week, and it's laid out so that you can take what you're learning and apply it that week, get some success, and then build on top of all of the things that you're doing, so that by the end, you will have really learned how to hone selling skills.
I just want people to know, I wanted to have Nikki on this special edition show because it has absolutely changed of how I do business. I cannot tell you how many networking events that I've gone to, and I'm meeting and talking with people, and they'll say, oh, Sally had a reading with you last week, and she said it was just awesome. She goes, you gave her so much insight. She couldn't believe it. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad she's really happy. That's really nice. Now, if I had met Nikki and had my antennas on, I would have seen that as a buying signal, but we don't. We're so like, I'm so glad she's happy. Now tell me about you. I lost that opportunity.
Yeah. And most people do. As a matter of fact, the first module that we're going to teach is all about how to increase your effectiveness at networking events. So I will be teaching a little bit about buying signals, but I'm also going to teach you how to even start conversations with somebody. And then how do you end conversations gracefully? Because, we've all been at those events where we meet somebody and we realize early on, like, maybe this isn't the person to spend time with in this venue right now. So I've got to move on and maximize my time. Yes. I don't want to leave that person feeling bad or feeling like I don't care about them as a person. So how do I end that conversation gracefully? So there's so much we're going to cover in that first module, all about networking to be more effective. But yeah, what you said, Lisa, those moments when somebody comes up and they make a positive comment about somebody who's had a great experience with you, yes, that's a huge buying signal. That is the opportunity for you to say, thank you. And is there something I might be able to help you with? Because they might just say yes, and then get to work with you.
I want you to know that I cannot tell you how much business that I've gotten since I've intentionally put my antennas on. Every morning I sit down and I put these on, like, what can I do? But also when I go to networking events, I'm glad you're going to cover that in the workshop, is to talk about, because some people avoid like going to new networking events. They get to one group and they get really comfortable and they stay. Well, you've got the same 20 women every week. You've got to keep expanding your circle. And I love that you talk about that. You're going to talk about how to network with confidence and go into a completely strange environment and be at ease. I just love that, because a lot of people are introverts. Over half of the people, I believe, are introverts. And so they need to have a way to be comfortable. And and I'm an extrovert. And so some people can get intimidated by that. But I've also learned from working with you how to downplay that a little bit, and how, I don't want to give away all the little secrets you're going to be teaching in the workshop, but you do teach people how to interact with the different personality types. So I love that you're happy to do that.
Yeah, that this whole idea of, especially for those people who feel shy, because honestly, that's me too. When I go into a networking event, like, best case scenario for me is that I could get to just sit in the corner and people watch, because I love to people watch. But that's not going to help my business, and it's going to rob people of having the opportunity to learn what I know I can share that would benefit them in their business. So I have to go in with this different mindset. So that I can be more impactful. And I do have some tips and some tricks that I'm going to share in that first week about how do you work that room. And even for those people who I can relate to, I'm on the introvert scale, and Myers-Briggs and the, DISC profile. Like, I fit in that introvert. So I'm definitely going to help some people there. And of course, for the extroverts too, how do you have conversations with those introverts?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I learned so much from taking your first module and learning how to interact. And what I also love too for people watching is that you do get to know the other attendees, like that are signed up for the Savvy Selling. You get to support, and if you're struggling with something, everyone's there to support you, and then they have your expert opinion to help them with that struggle from a sales point of view. But you have all these other people with their diverse backgrounds that they're experts. You might have a graphic artist in there that says, I can help you with that, or somebody that does web design. I mean, I love that you have a whole diverse pool of attendees that are coming there that are kind of there to support one another, but also, lift each other up to make selling fun. It's absolutely, I'm telling you, I cannot wait to start the course. I cannot wait to start the class.
Lisa, I can't wait for the people who already signed up to meet you, and I can't wait for you to meet them. And you're right, this is also about building community.
Yes.
You know, I love to hear these stories because especially in this particular training in Savvy Selling too, because there is some opportunity to really connect with people outside of class too, if you choose to. I had some women that went through this last summer. I only teach Savvy Selling once a year. So I had 2 women that went through it last year, and they very quickly after they started the first class met up for coffee, and then they went to a networking event together. And then I saw them a few months later at another event together. And one of them pulled me aside and said, I want you to know that I just got a new job because of this woman. And they met in class. Yes. So I was so honored. So definitely there's connections happening. 2 guys that were in a different class that taught over Zoom about building community. They have attended concerts together. So I love the community aspect of it.
It is. And I want people to know too that it is interactive and it's fun. Like a lot of people, they think of webinars, it's all a one-sided thing. So they're going to go, okay, and today we're going to do blah, 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 blah. And you're sitting there and you find yourself falling asleep or checking messages. You will not do that in Nikki's classes. I mean, these are entertaining. They're fun. You're engaged and you do not check out. You learn stuff. You do not want to be looking down at your phone. You'll be flipping your phone over or leaving it in the other room. It is just a really, really great webinar. And so that's why I'm so excited, Nikki, that you came on to talk about it today. How can people find you and sign up for this class?
So how people can find it is they can go to my website, which is yoursalesmaven.com. So YOUR and then sales and then Maven, MAVEN.com. And if you go onto my website, you'll see where it says services. That's one of the tabs at the top. And it'll give you a drop-down menu and you'll see Savvy Selling 2 right there. And you can find out more details about the class. You can read what other participants have had to say about the class. And of course you can sign up and we would love to have you as part of the group. It's already shaping out to be, I say this, I fall in love with every class that I teach, the participants. Yep. And I am so excited. We just had, in addition to you signing up, Lisa, we just had another really amazing business professional sign up this morning for the group. So I'm beyond excited about who's in there.
And this is all about growing your tribe too. You know, if you are in that same rut and you have the same people and the same, this is time to get your connections and build out and meet more people, because you never know, even if somebody can't or doesn't need your services at this point, or they may not, they know somebody, right? You know, I've met people in real estate, you know, even though I'm not buying a house right now, I'll hear about somebody, I'll say, hey, you got to work with so-and-so. It's all about referrals too, and building that relationship and that friendship, because people do listen to referrals. They absolutely do, because it's credibility coming from you. So that's really important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, I thought about your post that you did, or the video where you did the card reading of the week. Was that yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Yeah, Monday, right? Yeah. So I watched that yesterday and you were talking about the card that got pulled for March was like, go out, learn something new, do something, you know, for you and for your business. So this is definitely an opportunity for people who are ready.
Ding, ding, ding.
Next step.
Yeah. I love that. Good for you.
Things are going crazy. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'd love to have the people that are, you know, that this calls to them, come be a part of this group, because Lisa is so right. This is about building community. And these are, you know, we'll see who's all in there. Right now, the class I'm teaching right now, I have people, you know, all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast and everything in between. So this isn't just in your little area of where you're at. This is an expansive opportunity too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so you can find Nikki's information on mysalesmaven.com.
Your Sales Maven.
Look at, I messed up on that. Your Sales Maven. I'm going to have the link attached to the show. Nikki, thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. But I just wanted to be able to share your class with all of my prancing kittens and everybody. So everybody, I hope to see you there in the class, and we're going to have a great time. And we'll have our buying signals on. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.